Hello and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 11th March 2024. So let us see the important articles from our Hindu. So I am Ushasri, one of the co-director of Rathods IAS Academy, and if you want to meet me for free mentorship, you can come to this offline branch in Ashok Nagar. So address is exactly opposite to the pillar 36 of 9E Steel Bridge, and it is opposite to even Vijaya Medicals also in Ashok Nagar. So if you want to come and meet me directly, you can come to this offline office, and I will be available from morning 9 to till 6 p.m. and even we are providing free study space, and if you want to utilize that, you can utilize that. And even this one more thing I want to announce, like we are going to have free prelim mentorship program. So there we will going to conduct you the test, and we will analyze what is your performance and how you are performing, and we will let you know like which are your weak areas and which are your strong areas. So that will be going to be started within 3 to 4 days. I will be announcing the exact date. So to write exam, you have to do registration either through call, or you can come and you can fill the form, okay, in this offline center, and you can write the test and you can get the best tips from Rathods IAS Academy, and there will be personal mentorship by me for each and every student. Okay, so utilize this opportunity if you are from Hyderabad. Yeah, so now let us see the first important article. Title says differences with CEC may have led to Goyal quitting. So yesterday we studied one article, so that was the first article in yesterday's class, that is Goyal, he resigned. So Goyal, who is that Goyal? Goyal is one of the election commissioner, right? So now let us see the dimensions. So this article is important from Election Commission of India. So this Election Commission of India, it is a constitutional body. Right, so here we have to connect with the members of this ECI. So who are the members? So one is Chief Election Commissioner and two will be election commissioners. So why it is in news? Yes, one of this election commissioner, so his tenure is going to be ended by 2027, but he resigned. So in yesterday's lecture, so we didn't analyze what might be the reason, but now in this today's article it is saying that because of these differences between this CEC and EC, so it might be the one reason. Okay, so it might be the one reason that is leading to the resignation of this one of election commissioner. And why it is cause of concern now? So why it is the cause of concern? Because we are going to have Lok Sabha election soon, and even some states they are having this legislative assembly election. So because of this, it is one cause of concern. And even this ECI is in news because of appointment process. Okay, because of controversy of appointment process, it was in news. So I can say like for 100% sure, you can get a question regarding Election Commission of India in your prelims. So from this area, you can get a question. So I am revealing the paper. So whenever I am getting the important news, and if there is high chance of getting question, I will be letting you know. Clear? So you have to prepare well with this topic of Election Commission of India from your GS paper to polity. So from polity point of view, this article is very important. And you can get this topic directly in your Lakshmikant book. So Lakshmikant book is one of the most important book for your prelims from this polity point of view. So everyone need to read that book. And one more thing here is how many times you have to read that book. So before your prelims, at least 4 to 5 times of revision of this polity Lakshmikant is very important. Why? Because in examination hall, after reading the statements, you will be getting confusion whether this is 1999 Act, or so whether it is 1919 Act or 1909 Act or 1935 Act, or it may be by president or parliament or governor. So in this way you will be getting confusion. So to avoid that confusions, you have to revise this Lakshmikant book at least 4 to 5 times. So please keep these words in your mind. And now let us see next topic. It is about India signs free trade pact with 4 European countries. It is also very, very important topic from your economy point of view. So now let us see the dimensions. Okay. So this article is talking about free trade agreement. It is talking about FTA, right? This topic is important from GS paper 3 under economy normally. So what are the dimensions you have to see? So you have to see lots and lots of dimensions here. So first one is you have to see this. What is this FTA? And what are the provisions under this FTA? So how this FTA will be important? Like what is significance? So what is the significance of this FTA? And even you have to see what are the positives and what are the negatives. So these are from economy point of view. And let me change the color of pen. Yeah, now let us connect this topic with other subject, that is GS paper 2 under international relations. So this article is saying that India signed FTA with 4 countries. You have to see like which are those 4 countries. And this area you can get a prelims based question for sure. Okay, in this area you can get a prelims based question for sure. Like with which of the following countries India recently signed free trade agreement? And not only this, you have to see like with which countries. You have to see like with which countries India is having this free trade agreement. So from this area also you can get a question from your prelims. So these are the 2 important things that you have to see. And one more important thing here is what is the impact. So what is the impact with the signing of this free trade agreement with those countries? So all these are the important dimensions from this article point of view, and we are going to see this in very great detail. And from your geography, that is from GS paper 1 point of view also, this article is important. Here you have to see map. So map based questions may be asked from this area. Okay, so these are the some important things that you have to see. So now let us see the notes part. Okay, so why it is in news? As I said, right? So India signed free trade agreement FTA with 4 European countries. So which are those countries? Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway and Switzerland. Okay, so Iceland, Norway, Switzerland and Liechtenstein. Okay, so you can remember like ILNS or SLIN, SLIN. So in this way also you can remember SLIN, SLIN. Okay, SLIN is nothing but S for Switzerland, L for Liechtenstein, I for Iceland, N for Norway. So these are the 4 important countries with which India signed this free trade agreement. Okay, so why? Because we have to achieve our goal. So what is our goal? It is to reach $100 billion in investments in India and 1 million jobs within 15 years. Because India is facing a very major challenge, that is increasing of unemployment rate, and even we are enjoying this DD, demographic dividend. So if we want to utilize this demographic dividend, our country need to ensure proper employment opportunities. So how can we ensure that? Through these investments. So whenever we are attracting more and more investment, what happens? There will be the development. So whenever the development is happening, that will be creating the more jobs, right? And that will be helpful to address this challenge of unemployment. Right? India signed a free trade agreement with 4 European countries, that is Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway and Switzerland. And if you see some details, it is saying that the Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement, which marks the second such full-fledged FTA signed after India's agreement with UAE. So recently India also came up with this full-fledged free trade agreement with UAE, and this is the second such an agreement that we can see. So in this free trade agreement, they focus on decreasing of tariffs. Okay, tariffs means nothing but the duties like import duty and export duty. Okay, import duty. What happened? It is not coming, eraser. It is talking about import duty. And export duty. So those comes under tariffs. And next one is to increase market access. That means, so there will be increasing of markets for Indian goods and even simplification of custom procedures. So these were the 3 important things they are present in this free trade agreement. And next one is European Free Trade Association countries. So they are separate from European Union. And they said that for the first time FTA is also included a chapter on commitments to human rights and even sustainable development. So not only regarding economy point of view, but even this European Free Trade Agreement is focusing on improving of human rights. Okay, and even it is talking about sustainable development. So these 2 are very, very important because never and ever any free trade agreement talked about this. So this is for the first time that the European Free Trade Agreement is talking about these 2 things. So first one is improving of human rights and second one is about sustainable development. And already we have like 17 sustainable development goals. And what is the target year? So we have to achieve them by 2030, right? Yes or no? Yes, 2030. And one tip I want to give you here is, if you want to write a very good mains answer or like a very good essay, try to by heart all these sustainable development goals. So please let me know what is the sustainable development goal 7 talks about and what is the sustainable development goal 12 talks about. Okay, so we have 17. So please let me know answer for my question. So whenever I am asking question, try to give the answer. That will be helpful for you only at the end of the day. So it is not going to be helpful for me. Okay, I always think about the well-being of my students. So please understand me. Okay, don't take me wrong when I am asking question. Okay. Yes, now let us see what is this European Free Trade Association. So there is also a high chance of getting question in your prelims from this area, from international issues. So if you go through your prelims syllabus, so there is one topic like national and international news, right? So from that point of view, from international developments, you can get a question regarding this European Free Trade Association. So what is this actually? It is an intergovernmental organization, and when it was established in year 1960 by Stockholm Convention. And what is the objective? It is to promote free trade and economic integration between the members of Europe globally. Okay, so what is the objective? To promote free trade and economic integration. And who are the member countries? So there are 4, like Iceland, Iceland, Switzerland, Iceland, Liechtenstein and Norway. And the members of this organization, they all are open and they are also competitive economies, and they are committed to the progressive liberalization of trade and multinational arena as well as free trade agreements. So in contrast to European Union, it is not a customs union. It is very important prelims fact. And I want to show you like where these European countries are located. Right? So here this part is Norway. Okay, it is Norway. It is having the direct access to the water, international waters. And here we have small island called as Iceland. And here in the middle of Europe, we have this country called as Switzerland. Okay, and here somewhere, okay, we have this Liechtenstein. It is a very small country. Okay, so these are the very important 4 countries part of this European Free Trade Association. So don't forget with this abbreviation EFTA, European Free Trade Association. So now let us move on to our paper, and there is one more article which is very important here, that is about gig workers suffer from lack of social security regulations. So I want to tell you like who are these gig workers. So many of you might be using these cabs like Ola, Uber and also Rapido bikes. So those workers, they comes under this gig economy, and many of you will be placing orders, right, for food like Zomato, anything. So the persons who are delivering like food, like delivery boys, so they will also come under this gig economy. So just I want to give you like basic things that you will be seeing in your surroundings so that you can understand the things better. So I don't want to complicate the topic. So if I am explaining the simple words, then you can understand that and you can remember for the long time. Because this process of examination takes 1 year of time, and before 1 year onwards you have to start reading your newspaper. That means you have to continuously read newspaper for 2 years to clear your examination the first attempt. But sometimes, unfortunately, if you are not much lucky, if you are not having the God grace, it will be taking like 2 attempts, 3 attempts, 4 attempts, and some unlucky guys, they will be taking even 6 attempts to clear this. So you have to understand the things from the basics. Okay, then you will be having a chance of clearing your UPSC without taking many attempts. And even if you understand from the basic things, you can remember them and you can relate with what is happening around you, and even you can develop your own perspective. So if you are by hearting the things without knowing the basics, then you can't develop the perspectives. So this is the fact that you have to remember. So whenever you are reading anything, don't by heart the things just for the remembering purpose. Try to understand what it means. So understand the basics, okay? And you can easily connect with our surroundings so that you can apply the things best. Okay, so now let us see some dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. So this article is talking about gig economy, and it is also talking about one more keyword, that is social security. So what is this article is saying that, so people who are working as gig workers, so they are not having this social security according to study. So one study says that, so these people, they are not having this social security benefits, right? So this is why it is in news. And now let us see the dimensions. You have to understand what is gig economy. What is the meaning? And you have to see which are the jobs which comes in the gig economy. And from social security point of view, you have to see what exactly is the definition of the social security. Okay, what this International Labour Organization ILO is saying about this social security. And you have to see like why, what is the need of this social security. So what is the need? So why we are focusing on that, why we are bothering about the social security. And you have to see like what are the measures taken by the government till now. So what happened? So we have very complex labor laws in India, and we came up with that codifying of those laws, and we came up with 4 labor codes in 2019 to 2020 time period. So we have this 4 labor codes. And what is the tragedy was like? So one labor code is talking about social security for this gig workers, but till now there is no implementation of this. So this is a cause of concern. Okay, this is the cause of concern, and you can connect this topic with GS paper 3 under economy, because most of the gig workers comes under informal economy. So because they are coming under this informal economy, so they are not having this social security. So if these people, they comes under this formal economy, they used to have this social security, but they are not having this. This is the problem they are facing. And apart from this, you can connect this topic with the GS paper 2 under society, and even from health point of view. So how there is lack of the social security is impacting the health of these people. And even you can connect this topic with governance, like what are the measures and policies can be taken by the government to provide social security for these people. So all these things are interconnected. So whenever you are reading a single subject, don't read in a single subject or single topic point of view. Try to interconnect those topics. So when can you interconnect the topics? So here you will be taking like 6 to 7 months of time to interconnect the topics for sure. Because if you are a beginner, you might not knowing about even which are the topics present in which subject. So once you know that, then you can easily interconnect the topics, but it will take some time. Okay, so for that, I am here to make your analysis simplified. Okay, if you are watching this Rathods IAS Academy current affairs, so please do watch consistently. Okay, please do watch consistently so that you can get multi-dimensional approach from a single topic. And it is also my challenge that there is no other Hindu analysis in YouTube which is giving these many dimensions, and they are not telling like how to interconnect the topics, how to think in a multi-dimensional manner. So it is one of my requests that please do hit the like button if you like this analysis. And if you have any suggestions, so those suggestions are acceptable. Okay, so don't hesitate to give your suggestions. Clear? And now let us move on to this topic and let us see this in detail. So I gave you dimensions, I gave you like from which subject point of view what is important. So now let us see why it is in use once again. So almost third of app-based cab drivers. So we are using different apps like Uber, Ola, etc. to book for rides, right? So here these app-based cab drivers, so there are at least 1/3 they work for over 14 hours a day. And even 83% of workers, so they will be working around 10 hours. And 60% of work over 12 hours. So this is a thing which mainly said in a data which released by a study. Okay, so around 10,000 Indian cab drivers, so they comes under the gig and platform workers. So if we're talking about details, it noted that social disparities. So there are social disparities. So these social disparities, they make the situation worse. And over 60% of the drivers from the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So even this gig economy also, there is caste-based discrimination is seen. So till now we thought that this caste-based discrimination is only seen in this manual scavenging, but it's not correct. Even the gig economy and the platform workers also, about 60% of workers, they belongs to this caste, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. And they are working for more than 14 hours per day. Okay, but there are some unreserved category people, they belongs to like OBC or OC. So they are working just, okay, they are not working as long hours as these people, and they contribute at least like 16% only they are working for long hours. So who are belonging to this unreserved category. And authors of the study, they says that there is strong social security there is a need for this strong social security for app-based workers, and they call on the government to exercise oversight on the fairness of algorithms, and even we need the proper mechanisms and proper algorithms and proper platforms for these workers, especially for monitoring of these workers. So why? They are not having the social security, and even they do not have even working conditions, they are not following this, and even they are working for the long hours, and even caste based discrimination is seen. Right, to address all these issues, yes, government is saying that yes, we need algorithms, okay, government need to take some steps. So here this study is saying or recommending that we need strong social security network for this app based workers. And next one is, this report is also saying that over 43% of the participants in this study, even they are earning less than 500 rupees per day, or like around 15,000 rupees per month after deducting all the cost. So even this study found that 34% of app based delivery persons, they earn less than 10,000 rupees per month, and they spend 78%. Okay, 78% of the workers, they spend around 10 hours a day at the work. So these are some important things. And if you're talking about social security, so what is the definition of social security? And I will always saying that whenever you are writing definition, try to write definition with this authenticated. That means according to so and so organization, right? So here when I am talking about this social security, I can quote the definition of ILO, that is International Labour Organization. So let us see what does this International Labour Organization talks about. So International Labour Organization is saying that social security is the protection provided to individuals and households to ensure access to health care and to guarantee income security, particularly in the case of old age, unemployment, sickness and invalidity, work injury, maternity or loss of breadwinner. So whenever in these conditions, so they have to get some support. That is called as social security. So in which conditions? Like access to health care, and they need to get guarantee income. And next one is particularly in case of old age, so they have to get old age pensions, and you have to see like in unemployment and sickness, whenever they are getting injury in the work site, and for maternity for women, and whenever there is a loss of breadwinner. So in all those conditions, so we have to get some income support. So that is the meaning of social security according to International Labour Organization. Clear? And now let us see what is the status of the social security in India. And these points are very important for your means. Clear? So informal workforce, like around 91% of Indian workforce, they are working in this informal sector, and they are not having this social security. Okay, and next one is only 1 billion out of the 63 million Indian enterprises, so they are getting this social security, but not all. So what is the condition of remaining 62 million? They are not at all getting this social security. And next one is there is also lack of social security benefits for salaried workers. So for salaried workers, there is no social security benefits, and according to periodic labor force survey annual report of 2021 to 2022, around 53% of salaried workforce, they has no social security benefits in India. So these people, they are not having social security benefits in India, and such employees, they cannot have the access to a provident fund, to pensions, to health care and disability insurance, etc. And next one is, even there is gender disparity in social security benefits. About 47.8% of salaried men, so they have these benefits, and just 44.3% of those women, they have access to the social security benefits. And next one is, if you're talking about the status of the gig workers, they are considered outside of traditional employer-employee arrangement. And even approximately 1.3% of India's active labor force, and they do not have access to the social security, and you can see the data, right? And this one is, there is also poor ranking. So 15th annual Mercer CFA Institute Global Pension Index is saying that India's social security system is very, very poor, and India's rank is 47 out of 47, okay, 45 out of 47. And if you're talking about which are the laws or which are the acts which talks about social security in India, so it is also very important. So first one is Employee Provident Fund Organization. So first one is Employee Provident Fund Organization. So it has been constituted under Employees Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provisions Act of 1952. So this organization is talking about providing of social security benefits to the workers in India. Okay, it is talking about to provide social security benefits to the workers in India. And next one is, it also, according to this EPFO, it is providing 3 schemes. The first one is EPF scheme of 1952, and next one is pension scheme of 1995, and next one is insurance scheme of 1976. So this is the first legislation. And next one is Code of Social Security in 2020. So under this Code of Social Security in 2020, it sought to provide a statutory framework. It is focusing on enabling of social security for the urban and rural poor, and is also providing social security for construction workers. That means people who are working in these construction sites. And next one is gig and informal sector workers. And please let me know, recently we came up with a database to record the details of this informal workers. So let me know what is the name of that database. Okay. And even it proposes the provisions of life insurance, disability insurance, accident insurance, etc. And we also having this national pension system, that is NPS. So this NPS, it is a voluntary retirement savings scheme. Okay, so this scheme which allows the subscribers to make defined contribution towards planned savings, and they are focusing on securing the future in the form of pension. And this one is, it is open to employees from the public, private and even unorganized sector. Okay, so there is one exception, that is armed forces are not included. So these are the very important laws and legislations and everything regarding the social security in India. I hope it is very much clear, right? So if you are understanding like what to study and what not to study and how to read, so please hit the like button. Okay, it will be supporting me, and even please give me the Google reviews and Google rating for sure. It will be very helpful for us. And now let us move on to next article. So there is nothing much in your states page and also city page today. So you can simply leave them. Don't waste much time on irrelevant articles. So I will be continuously saying like don't spend much time on irrelevant articles. So if I am saying means every day if you are listening means your attitude will be changed. So that is my intention. Yes, here you can see one article. Yeah, here also. Yeah, it is very good news that I can say. So can you see the image? So how beautiful is? So as a mother, I was much connected to this image. Okay, you can see like cheetah gives birth to 5 cubs at MP's Kuno National Park. So last year we had this cheetah reintroduction project. So earlier cheetahs used to be present in India, but it was extinct unfortunately. Right? So what might be the reason? So because at that time we used to have kings. So one favorite hobby of kings is what? They will be going into forest for chasing animals and killing animals. Right? So in that event, finally and unfortunately, we lost cheetahs and we got cheetahs from Africa. So please let me know how many cheetahs we got from Africa. So finally, one of the cheetah, it gave birth to 5 cubs in this Kuno National Park. So what are the dimensions you have to see? You have to again revise cheetah reintroduction project. So this topic is important from your GS paper 3 under environment and ecology. Okay, so you have to see why and from where, how many, and recently many had been died, so what might be the reason, right? And you have to see like whether this program is successful or not. And even there is one more important dimension, that is Kuno National Park, where it is located in MP. So from environment and geography point of view, you have to see some facts regarding this Kuno National Park as well. Clear? Yeah, and now let us move on to next article. So this article, it is about one of the important schemes of government which is focusing on providing drinking water through functional taps to the households, right? So it is about Jal Jeevan Mission. And there is a scope of getting question from this Jal Jeevan Mission. So let me give you dimensions. So I will give you dimensions. That's it. You have to do some work today. JJM, that is Jal Jeevan Mission. You have to see what is this scheme about. So which ministry? You have to see like which ministry is implementing this. Whether it is a central sector or centrally sponsored scheme, and what are the important features of this scheme, and you have to see even what are the drawbacks, and you have to see what are the outcomes of this scheme, how this scheme is ensuring even health, because it is providing safe drinking water, so it is having impact on the health also. So how it is also having impact on the health, malnutrition and controlling of contaminated diseases which are caused by this contamination of food and water, right? So in this way, this scheme is very important from your GS paper 2 under governance. So go through this topic once and do some research regarding this topic for sure. Don't forget, okay? Yeah, and now let us move on to this editorial page. So in editorial page, so most of the articles are repeated articles and we had discussion in our earlier classes. So we are going to see very important topics for the discussion because already I am running out of time and I have to discuss still many articles in our today's Hindu newspaper. So this article is talking about electoral bonds. So recently here, why this electoral bonds is in news? Because Supreme Court struck down this scheme. Okay, because of this it is in news and Supreme Court said that this electoral bond scheme is unconstitutional. Okay, why? Because of this electoral bond scheme that led to the funding of political parties and that or through the anonymous funding. Okay, so because of this scheme had been cut down. So you can get some statements regarding this electoral bond scheme in your prelims. And even you have to see the name of that case where Supreme Court said this scheme is unconstitutional. Okay, and next topic it is about France exceptional women, their imprint on diplomacy. So here this article is talking about abortion rights of women. So now let us see the dimensions. It is talking about abortion rights. So I want to ask one question. So I have to get the genuine answer from you. So I will see like who will be giving the answer and how is your mindset. Okay, so I want to ask this question to male students. Okay, whether will you allow your wife, okay, that means would be, to be a mother based on her personal choice or not? Whether you are giving her to enjoy the freedom of their reproductive rights or not? Okay, so and one more question is, so how many people in India who are respecting the rights of women, especially reproductive rights of women? So what is your opinion? So take your family as a case and please let me know how your females in your family they were treated. Okay, so whenever you are reading anything, first start understanding from your family level. Because why it is important? Because like whenever you are not getting the content to write in a multi-dimensional manner, so you can write in these ideas like at international level, national level, state level, district level, local level and at your family level. So in this way, if you are writing any topic, if you are not having the much content in these ideas, then you will be getting the more dimensions. So understand from your family, don't neglect your family. Okay, so from your family you have to think, and please let me know what is the situation of women freedom on her reproductive rights. Okay, so why this abortion right is in news again? So again France, okay, came into picture, and France on March 8 it took a decision, right? So it is the fundamental right of women to decide whether to continue pregnancy or to go for abortion. Okay, so because of this is in news, and you have to see the status of abortion in India. Okay, status of, you have to see like what is the status of abortion in India and what is this medical termination of pregnancy act, and even you have to refer, so what are the recent amendments? You have to see what are the recent amendments regarding this and how it will be helpful, like what are the arguments in favor, like positive arguments and negative arguments. So this will be very important from your mains. And entirely this abortion rights topic is important from GS paper 2, from health point of view, and even GS paper 2 under women empowerment point of view. And here we are studying about this France, right? So we are taking case study of France. So it is important from your GS paper 2 international relations. Okay. And even you can connect this topic with science and technology, which comes under GS paper 3. So all are the important subjects from this single topic point of view, and these are the dimensions. So now let us see this topic in detail. So if you see here, why it is in news? On March 4th, it is one of the memorable day in France, because it marks inscription in the French Constitution from the freedom of women to voluntarily terminate a pregnancy. And because of this move, France, which became the first country in the world to enshrine it as a constitutional right. So from now onwards, right to abortion, it is a constitutional right for women in France. Okay, after this 49 years of abortion became legal in France. This was a step which had been taken in this 2024 and is one of the memorable. So here, French Constitution I am seeing here, right? So please let me know which are the provisions we borrowed from this French Constitution. So in this way also you can expect a question. So here you have to think, and please let me know which are the provisions that we borrowed from this French Constitution. And next, let us see which are the arguments in favor of abortion. Mother's right supersedes the right of fetus. So mother rights, which is given more importance than the fetus rights here, right? So mother, who is a person, has right to life and supersedes the rights of fetus to choose whether or not it remains connected to her body, because it is entirely dependent on the body of women. So women need to take decision like whether she can continue or not. And next one is it is unwarranted. So also pregnancy is assumed to be foreseeable consequence of heterosexual intercourse. So whenever sexual intercourse is happening between men and women, sometimes unintentionally that will lead to the pregnancy of women. So they may not have intention to get a baby, but unintentionally sometimes it happens. So denying her right to abort the children when she was not planning, it is unwarranted. And next one is self-defense. It may be ethical for a person to have an abortion to defend herself from the danger to her mental and physical health. Sometimes not all pregnancies are healthy. Yes, it is true. And there are high-risk pregnancy. So because of this high-risk pregnancy, there will be impact on her mental and physical health. So especially, I am the person you are seeing. So I had a very high-risk pregnancy and I got lots and lots of complications. Okay, so that time here, if you knowing that it is a high-risk pregnancy, it is going to have mental and physical impact. So it is a decision should be taken by the woman to continue or to abort. So it is an example of doctrine of double effect. So in ethics, there is one important concept of doctrine of double effect. So based on the pros and cons, we will be taking decision. Like for example, I will be giving you the case study to understand what is this theory of double effect or doctrine of double effect. So if you are focusing on economy, if you are focusing on development, for example, like we are coming up with infrastructure projects like railways or buses, so roads, trains, everything, okay, or airways, etc. It will be having negative impact on environment and biodiversity. So if it is having impact on negative impact on environment and ecology, so we are not going to stop that, because it is also very important for the development of a country. So based on the pros and cons, we will be taking decision that comes under the doctrine of double effect. So this self-defense is also one of the example of doctrine of double effect. Clear? And what are the arguments which are against? So future like ours argument. So abortion is wrong because it deprives the fetus of a potential. So because fetus is also having the future, right? So we can't kill the fetus, right? So they deprives the future of that child's experiences, enjoyment, opportunities, and even we are affecting the personal life of the fetus. And this one is moral conduct, that is killing of an innocent human beings is morally wrong. Okay, killing of an innocent human beings inside the womb is morally wrong. So these are some arguments which says against abortions. Okay, and I want to discuss one more important article, that is about election campaign spending. So I want to get your personal idea or perspective. Like, what do you think, whether in India political parties are spending a lot on these elections, especially campaignings, or not? So what can be the measures taken? Because you are the future bureaucrats, you are going to become an IAS officers, IPS officers soon, right? So you are going to make me proud, yes or no? Yes, right? So how many are having the confidence? Please let me know. Yes, you are future bureaucrats, so you have to recommend something, because you will be the members of committee soon, and you have to give some measures like how can we address this type of issues. So please let me know what are the measures that can be taken to decrease spending by a political party in election campaign, because it is a very big problem. So take 1 minute of time and pause the video and please type your perspectives, because it is very important topic. Okay, so let us see this topic in detail. So what happened? So why it's in news? Because now present government, that is BJP party. So there are some studies saying that so this party would spend a lot in advertisements. Okay, so we are not going to go into the details of which political party, what they did, everything. So we don't want that. So actually the political party which invested a lot in advertisements, the tagline is India Shining. So this campaigning that led to controversy now because of overspending in this election campaigns. So reports are saying that about 150 crore was spent for this campaign. So it is one of the biggest government sponsored advertisement campaigns until then. Okay, over the past 2 decades the trend has been increased, like even states they also started spending a lot, okay, on advertisements regarding elections. So we're talking about the limits on spending. So in a democratic country, it is very much essential for a government to spread awareness about the schemes and policies. And even in the first few decades in independent India, so this was primarily done through these public meetings. And in the last 3 decades, the awareness has been spread through advertisements on print and electronic media. And even if you see our Hindu newspapers, so most of the times we can see advertisements of governments. So for those advertisements, government need to give the money. So they are not free of cost. And according to the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, it said that central government spent around 3020 crores on advertisements. It is between 2018 to 2022-23. It was very, very high. Okay. So now let us see, like in Indian context, so there is a norm of breach of limits on elections expenditure is going on. So it became one of the trend. So election limit for candidates is rupees 95 lakhs per Lok Sabha constituency, and about 75 lakhs is the limit that should be spent by the candidates in the smaller states. But now the secret here is, so the political parties are breaching this, and even they are not considering the illegal distribution of cash and as well as gifts during these election campaigns. And even there is no limits on the expenditure of political parties during elections now in the present trend. So here most of the funding they are getting from corporate houses and businessmen. So whenever these candidates who are winning in the elections and who are forming the government, then it is creating the nexus between this donors and as well as elected representatives. So because of this, yes, we need to control this. And even if you see like case studies, so even this US and UK, so now elections they become a very costly affair. It's not only in India, but even this trend is seen in other countries like US and UK. Okay, so what can be done here? So you have to make a note of this committee for sure. So it is 100% like Indrajit Gupta Committee and Law Commission report said that state funding of elections is important. Okay, and next one is even Election Commission of India in 2016 said 3 important points. So first important point is government advertisement should be banned 6 months prior to general elections. So before general elections, government should not give any advertisements. And this one is law must be amended to state that a party's financial assistance to its candidate should also be within the limits. So whatever the expenditure they are doing, they have to do within the limits. And this one is there should be ceiling on expenditure by the parties. So these are the 3 important recommendations given by Election Commission of India regarding this excessive spending in this election campaigns. And now let us see one more topic. It is very interesting, and people who are owing their cards, so they have to come up with change. But as of now, there is no clarity regarding whether this new system of toll collection is applicable for the new vehicles or whether it is mandatory for even old vehicles. So if it is for old vehicles also, we have to insert one OBU. Okay, that is one device. So let us see this topic here. Road Transport and Highways Minister said in Parliament that government plans to implement a new highway toll collection system. that is based on using GPS system. So we are taking the information from the satellite. And if you see the details, so we have to go for installation of one device called as OBU, on board unit. So it is a tracking device. So it is fitted inside a vehicle whose location can be mapped by using this Gagan. Okay, that is Indian Satellite Navigation System with an approximate accuracy of 10 meters. And this new tolling system will coexist with the fast tag based toll collections, as the government has not yet taken any decision like whether this new system is mandatory for the old vehicles or not. So that's it. So I will show you the image how it is going on. So this is the way. So here we have satellite, and from this satellite this OBU will be taking information and it is fixed in the vehicle and the processing will be done, and within 10 meters what happens, the signal will be given and again your money will be cut from your account regarding that toll. Okay. And next important article from your environment and ecology is the study regarding golden langurs. So I have an aim and it is one of my dream, like I have to collect all the animal toys which are present in the world, but till now I collected only few. So my next target is golden langur. So wherever I found this golden langur, I will be taking that. But one problem is my kids are not only playing with that, they are killing them. Okay, even the toys, they are killing them. So context here is there are an estimated of 7,396 golden langurs in India. So it is according to a new study. So here this study which is done by these and this organization, so it is not at all important. So here you have to see like what is the number and which is the areas we can see this golden langur. So you have to see some basic facts. So from these basic facts you can get a statements. Okay, so it is not like which organization, so what is study, they are not at all important. So if you see the facts regarding this golden langurs, so they can be the most easily recognized by the color of their fur, because the name itself is saying that gold, so they are like very shiny and they are in golden color. And it's also noted that fur changes colors according to the seasons and even the geography where they are living also. And the color of egg also differs from the adults in that they are almost pure white and they are highly dependent on the trees and they are living in the upper canopy of the trees, and they are also known as leaf monkeys. And in which areas they are seen? So they are seen in Western Assam and even the Bhutan also we can see this golden langurs. Their habitat is restricted to the regions which are surrounded by geographical landmarks like the foothills of Bhutan, Manas river in east, Sankosh river and Brahmaputra valley. That means so these golden langurs, they are only seen in India and Bhutan. And what are the threats? They are restricted habitats and even habitat fragmentation is happening in especially in Assam. And next one is inbreeding also. Obstructions such as wires, gaps in forest due to felling of trees and increased threat of inbreeding. So because of this they are facing the threats. So these are the very important topics that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. And now let us go back to PDF and let us see if there are any other articles left. So I discussed about this election campaign spending, and there is one article that is talking about possible solution for Bangalore water crisis. So especially not only in this Bangalore but even in many urban areas we are seeing this issue of water crisis. So here you have to see like what are the causes and what are the possible measures can be taken and what is the way forward. Okay, so that is very important. And in this text and context I discussed about this new toll collections topic. And if you move on to the news page, so there is one article that I left for you, so I will show that. Yes, so this is that article. Report turns spotlight on India's zero food children. So recent study ranked that India is having third highest percentage of children who had not eaten any food for 24 hours. Yes, it is true. There are many children, they are not getting food for even a single time in a day. So India is ranking third highest percentage of children. So this is the one important reason for the high levels of malnutrition in the children and high levels of child mortality. Okay, so here the children who are between this age group of 6 months to 12 months, they are high in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And these infants, they have not eaten any food of substantial calorific content like semi-solid, solid, soft or mushy food. So infant formula or fresh milk for 24 hours. So even if you are not getting a food for even like one time, like either if you are skipping like dinner or like meals, then you will be feeling very nervous, right? So how these children, they are facing. So this is the one tragedy that we can see here, and we can understand this. So especially in families like who are facing underprivileged economic backgrounds, okay, so they are facing this problem. So for this children, yes, we have to do something. Okay, so let me know what are the measures can be taken by the government to address this type of issues of children's malnutrition, and how we improve the conditions of children, and how we prevent malnutrition in the children. Okay, because today's children are tomorrow's citizens. So if you are saving our children today, and we can give the better future for our country. Okay, so think about this article once. And I discussed about this golden languor article. Okay, that's it. So these are the very important articles that appear in our today's Hindu newspaper. Okay, now I will show you like where can you get the notes of this class. Okay, so 1 minute. Yes, this is Rathods IS classes Telegram channel. So where you can get the class, and as well as you can get the downloadable PDF of this class. So please do join this channel, so that whatever the updates we are providing, you will be getting these updates in this channel. And this is our Rathods IS Academy YouTube channel. So recently we changed this logo. So after this, the views had been decreased. So this is a new logo that we came up, because we started offline now. So we want this type of logos. Okay, so don't confuse with this. And we here, okay, this is only your Usha ma'am who is teaching current affairs here. So please do subscribe to this channel. And this is our website, Rathods IS Academy website. And one more thing I want to say is, we are going to come up with a new offline batch of your foundation course 2025 and 2026. So if you want to take admission of this offline, you can come and contact me directly in this offline branch. And one more assurance I am going to give you, that is that you will be get nowhere in our country itself. So first one is syllabus coverage. Entire syllabus is covered, even a single small topic also. And the classes will be taken by the faculty in the same manner, in this multi-dimensional way, and that too from basic to advanced level. And we are going to give you material in this two ways, like one will be your basic material and second will be advanced. So basic material is covering your NCERTs, and this course, which includes prelims, test series, mains, answer writing, everything. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for watching.